So my last video was pedophilia in Christianity and Judaism, and like I promised, this one is pedophilia in Islam. In a way, this is a lot more direct because there's not as much that you have to really know to figure out what's going on and what's strange about the situation. Because Muhammad, the prophet of Islam, whose life is held up by Muslims as an example of perfect morality, married his wife Aisha when she was 6 years old and consummated the marriage when she was 9. And he was over 50 at the time. So this is basically an older man towards the end of his life. Remember, you were lucky to even live to be in your 50s back then. Basically having sex with a child and being described as the most moral man in all of existence by the adherents of the Islamic faith. Now, some Muslims dispute Aisha's age, but that's a pretty difficult academic task because there's just too many accounts that list her age that way, including her own account. I seriously doubt that she forgot how old she was when a 50-year-old man consummated his marriage to her. Now, some people, Muslims, will say that he was a product of his time. This was the common practice in the day, and therefore it's okay because you have to look at it in the proper context, the proper historical context. If Muhammad was just a fallible human being who could just as easily be wrong as anyone else, could just as easily accept some horrible atrocities going on in their name as human beings have done throughout history, then sure, I'll buy the context argument. But you're not saying that Muhammad is just a man. You're saying that he is the chosen one. He's basically Neo in the Matrix movies. He's special. He's better than the rest of us. He's a perfect being. An example, remember, of perfect morality. So I don't think the product of his time argument works. And also, that's an argument based on moral relativism. I think that when you have a religion that claims to be the absolute morality of the world, then it becomes hard for you to make a moral relativism argument. So what, are you selectively morally relativistic? 1 second, this is the absolute truth, but as soon as that's not convenient, it's like, well, you got to consider the context. You either believe in context or you don't when it comes to morality. The other argument that I hear from Muslims is that Muhammad's marriage to Aisha was ordained by God, and God wanted it to be consummated on this time frame, and so on and so forth. So basically, God wanted him to have sex with a little girl, coincidentally, and that was his plan. And if things didn't go according to that plan, then it would have been against God's will. And as we all know, God's will is good, no matter how reprehensible it seems on the surface. I guess I really can't argue with that, because if you're religious, you just believe that anything God wants is good, even when it's horrible. I'll talk to Christians who seem like perfectly good people, and I'll say, well, God ordered genocide, and God says to rape virgin girls here, and God is saying all this horrible stuff, and they're just like, well, we can't really know the mind of God, can we? Yeah, I guess we can't. Nor can we, I think, fully know the mind of Hannibal Lecter. So if you're a Muslim who objects to pedophilia, you must be doing so, in my opinion, on completely secular grounds. It has nothing to do with your religion. And if Islam got that wrong, what else has it gotten wrong? Could it be everything? I'm the Amazing Atheist. Peace the fuck out. I'm the Amazing Atheist, and my book, The Douchebag Bible, is back on sale down below. Purchase that shit. And also follow me on social media and do whatever else it says to do down in those comments, because those description sections shit, it's basically your God and you need to obey it, okay? You're not spiritual people, I know that, but just accept this one thing on faith, okay? Okay? It's fine. You don't have to molest any kids, you just gotta do what it says down there.